For today, in the name of freedom, we take the battle to them.
I honestly don't even know why I'm surprised at this point, considering this movie I believe was originally meant to come out next year, having a 3 year gap between sequels, which, in modern day, 3 days, oh my god, 3 years between sequels is not exactly uncommon. That is the main, the most common gap. Um, yeah, this is absolutely ridiculous because the movie got delayed to 2026, leading us all to going, holy shit, this is going to be the biggest year for movies ever. And it still could be, honestly, but that was the year when both Marvel and DC were going to shine. Unfortunately, this happened. Yes, you will be getting GTA 6 before the Batman Part 2. What is life? So I feel like now is the perfect time to kind of voice my opinion on what I think this could do, right? So I genuinely think that this is the Blade or the Beyond the Spider-Verse for DC, because this movie is clearly just never going to get made, right? And I know that Matt Reeves is the director, he's the writer and everything, but guys, come on. It has already been nearly 3 years since that first movie came out, and people are going, oh, yes, but a good script, it takes time. It takes a lot of time. And, obviously the movie itself is probably going to be another 6 hours long. So, it's going to take time. That's lovely. But it's been nearly 3 years since the first movie, and they have made very little progression. They haven't really accomplished much in nearly 3 years because they said, yeah, the script is, yeah, there's a script, but the script isn't done, okay? And yes, I know obviously it takes a while to get a script ready, but really, really, like, come on. This is not going to be the best movie of all time. Or, it's not going to win all the awards, at all of these shows, unless it's going to be a 3 hour compilation of Batman just beating the shit out of Oz for 3 hours. That would be amazing. I would love that. That should be the highest grossing movie of 2027. Screw Avengers Secret Wars. That's gonna make money. But genuinely, this is just I don't even know what to say at this point because the Batman, thank God I wasn't a huge fan of that first movie because I would have been so pissed if that was a movie like the second one was a movie I was so excited to see. Could you imagine like Spider-Man 4 gets delayed until like 2028? I would have been so annoyed. But yeah, this, I know I've said it before, I wasn't the biggest fan of the first movie. I feel like it was like half an hour too long. That movie is just unnecessarily long. But the second one, I feel like we have a lot more potential, especially since we could be dealing with the Bruce Wayne side. So, we're gonna have both Batman and Bruce Wayne. In this movie, in the first movie, I think there's only maybe 2 or 3 scenes where we actually see Robert Pattinson's face. But there is also something else which was revealed, and that is that the movie is untitled. And that has led to a lot of speculation as to what the movie could actually be called, because it could be The Batman Part 2, it could be The Batman 2, it could be, The Batman and then a little subtext, which really, I'm not really a fan of. I feel like they should just go for a simple title. The Batman Part 2 is, I don't really think part works in the titles of movies now. It doesn't really work because it kind of alienates the audiences. That's why there was a great marketing, well, not marketing, but it was a good strategy for the Scream franchise. In 2022, which ironically was the same year as the Batman, they called the fifth movie Scream, which, yes, is parodying the whole, like, requel franchise thing. But at the same time, realistically, it was there to reel in general audiences. Made them go, oh, there's this movie called Scream. Oh, that's cool. Obviously, tricking them into thinking they don't have to watch the first four. But yeah, there is a great idea that I saw someone on Twitter put, and that is that they could add a prefix to it. I think that would be genius, where it's like beware the Batman, or like beware of the Batman, or fear the Batman. I think that would be obviously not those examples, but that would be a really good idea. I think that that's fantastic, and you could just keep doing that. Similar to how this is ironic because Matt Reeves did the best movie in this franchise, but with the Planet of the Apes movies, for the most part, the differences in the titles is only one word: Rise of the Planet of the Apes, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. And then when you get to War, then they change it. War for the Planet of the Apes. And then we get back to Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, So just that one little difference I think would be brilliant, to add a little thing before the words of the Batman. I feel like that would be genius. But yeah, I genuinely don't even know what to say at this point. I say that I have been talking for 6 minutes, so clearly I have a lot to say. But yeah, not genuine. Please let me know what you think of this entire situation. Do you think I'm perhaps being a bit too harsh on Matt Reeves? But if I'm going to be honest with you, there are movies that have been made which I know are going to be better than the Batman Part 2, which have been made in a lot less time. Okay, a lot less time. If you're only going to shoot your movie 3 years after the previous one, we have problems, guys. We have really big problems. Because, like something like Across the Spider-Verse, that took an absurd amount of time, but there was the pandemic. So that makes sense as to why that movie got delayed so far. What is the excuse for the Batman Part 2? So yeah, I just wanted to kind of give my opinion on the situation, because this is something which is getting a lot of people riled up, and people are like, this, like the Batman Part 2, Beyond the Spider-Verse, and Blade are teaching people the art of patience. And I'm like, that is so true, because Blade was announced like what, 5 years ago? Absolutely nothing there. That is crazy. Holy shit. Like, Blade and the Batman Part 2 are basically at the same point in production. That is insane. Oh my god. Christopher Nolan would have made Oppenheimer and The Odyssey in the time it takes Matt Reeves to make the Batman Part 2. Fuck my life. But yeah, no, genuinely, please let me know your thoughts on everything down in the comment section below. What do you think about the whole delay? Do you think it's necessary? Do you think it's a little bit too much? What do you think the title should be? And do you like the idea of them adding a little prefix at the beginning? I don't know. I'm curious for your thoughts, so just let me know down in the comments down below. If you did enjoy this video, then please leave a like, subscribe, and goodbye.